Wow, yellow Eurovan. Come on, baby. Oh, come on. That's the California. I've never seen that before. That's a good looking van. She's a beauty. Left-hand drive too. Okay, I'm just push starting because my starter's fucked. It's fine though. You just need to give it a little push and she starts right up. Okay, come on. All right, there we go. Okay. So, welcome to another edition of 360 Degrees. I need to come up with a little name for this stream. Excuse me. I am wrapping up work and heading home and just trying to blow off some steam and keep the broadcast juices flowing and show off a little bit of my city, and also just have a little fun and trying to map out a system that this will make more sense for me to adhere to. And one of the ideas that I came up with, or that I at least brainstormed about, was like the rivers. There's lots of rivers and bridges in Tokyo. And I was thinking about following rivers or seeing how many bridges I could cross. Because it's not like I exactly have run out of landmarks, but I mean, you can only really drive around this city so many times until you've kind of seen, you know, what there is to see. I mean, it's unknowable, but it's not infinite. And I'm just brainstorming, like, okay, where else can I take you guys? What else can I show you? And okay, maybe some of the lesser known neighborhoods, maybe the waterfront, maybe the sort of industrial parks. But part of the problem with that is that I need another device to be able to get around on. I'm using the one device that I have right now to operate the live stream. And if I navigate away from the stream, then unfortunately, I no longer can stream. So the app is not ideal for doing two different tasks at the same time, unfortunately. So I think I need one more device. But the whole point of, say, doing this and maybe not necessarily taking you to a record store right now is that a record store is going to cost me money. And because I'm going to end up buying a record. And I love buying records, but I'm on a very conscious budget at the moment. I'm trying to develop some better habits when it comes to what I buy and how much of it I buy, and whether or not it's really a necessary thing or if it's an impulsive thing, and so on. I'm really ashamed of my making, and I can make money pretty easily. I can make money pretty easily. And I'm resourceful and I can rally some funds up rather quickly, and if I want to be industrious, I can be. And I have a great job, a very good job. And what's more is that, but I'm not a very, I have this attitude like, you know, I'd rather just, you know, go with the flow. And I'm trying to get out of that mind frame. And instead of just going along with, oh, there's enough money in the bank, save it a little bit. There's enough to go out to dinner. We're okay. Oh, things are tight this month, but we'll be okay. I want to make more calculated money-making decisions as I approach my 50s, and I guess after that, my 60s if I'm so lucky. And my feeds are filled with retirement. Have you planned enough? Have you saved enough? What's your financial plan for the next while? Somehow I've explained to my algorithm or to my digital overlords that I'm nervous about my retirement future and so on. But I think we're going to be okay. Still, though, the whole notion of this live stream from the bike is that, yes, it costs me a little bit of gasoline, but it's a nice way to unwind, and it's free, essentially, as long as I stay off the toll roads. I got somebody waving at me. I'm not sure if she's waving at me. She's with her boyfriend. Did you see that? That was strange. That's on 360 camera. Oh, she's waving at the camera. She's not waving at me. She's waving at the camera. I forgot that I've got this camera strapped to my back. By the way, the camera is strapped to the back, and I'm doing that because my back is more stable than this jiggly handlebar that seems to vibrate to no end, and it seems like this is the better view, but I don't expect anybody, when I put the camera on the front of the bike, like right in front of on my handlebars, you can scroll around and see you can see my face. With the camera on the backpack, you can't see my face. Halfway in the middle of this ride, I'm gonna maybe move the camera to the front, and I'm gonna ask you your opinion on if you think it's better on the back, more stable, better, clearer image, or if it's better on the front. I tend to think you're gonna think it's better on the front, even though you can't see my face, but there is this notion of like being able to see somebody do something that connects you to them. And also I heard that there's this kind of sweet spot with how close you are to your camera when you're filming videos. Like people who are a little bit too close to the camera, which I think I find myself often being, it's like it's too intimate for people to watch. But if you're far away, it's like hard to connect with somebody. But if you're just this like perfect distance, then it's a bit easier to, I guess, connect with the broadcaster. So I'm aware that you can't see me, but I assure you I'm nothing to write home about. But I'm waving at you. Hi. So I'm using the Insta360 what is it? The X5, I think it's called. And it's a pretty good little camera. And I've got it on something called like Live View. And you can use your mouse or your cursor, your finger, and you can rotate around the screen and you can see any angle. You can look behind me, you can look to the left or the right. You can choose your own angle of view, and it's kind of cool in that way. Unfortunately, you can leave a comment, but I cannot see the comments because the phone is tied up in the stream. Like you can't, like I can't touch the screen, or otherwise like it'll kill the stream. And often the tiniest little touch of the screen will sometimes just instantly kill the stream. And it's not like a standard YouTube stream where you can kind of like navigate away for a minute, maybe your battery dies or something, and then you can like hop back on the same stream. It's not like that. It just it dies and then you're done and you have to start over. And that's happened to me a lot of times. So it's really frustrating in that way. But if you do want to let me know you're watching, or you want to leave a comment or something, you can always, of course, leave a comment in the chat and I'll see it later. And you can also leave a comment like in the comments area on the video, and I'll also see that later. I'll actually see it sooner than if you leave it in the chat because of the way the chat works. You know, chat, they make you wait like 24 hours for some reason before you can see the chat. Anyway, you can also go to my Instagram, Tokyo Record Style, and you can DM me a message, and it'll actually pop up on my phone as a notification. And it'll pop up on the screen, and I think, and I might have to be logged into that account, and I think I am, but I might not be. But I might be. And it should pop up on my screen, and I can say hello, and I can give you a shout out. But don't feel obliged. I'm just here to like keep the gears greased, you know. Just going for a little cruise. This road is called Roppongi Dori. It's also called route. Oh wait, is this 246? I don't think so. This is Roppongi Dori. But the name's changed. It's got a number. Oh, the Prime Minister's house is right behind me on my left. Or is this it right here? I think we passed it on my left. The Prime Minister of Japan, Takeishi-san, the first female Prime Minister of Japan. She's catching a lot of heat right now, and I feel like she's going to end up being the fall guy or the fall girl for Japan's sort of economy tanking. I mean, it's not her fault. She just inherited this mess, but I feel like she's going to be the fall guy of it. Basically, what's happening in Japan is that Japan has had zero interest rate, or it has had a negative interest rate for like something like 30 years. And so investors from around the world have been borrowing money, and not just from around the world, but from in Japan too. They've been borrowing money from banks in Japan at 0% interest, free money to borrow. Then they've been putting those investments in higher yield. They've been taking those funds and investing them in higher yield investments around the world, and basically earning interest for nothing. And it's made a lot of people rich, and there's been a ton of money that's been borrowed from Japanese banks. And now that Japan's kind of in the tank, the owners of those investments are cashing out, and it's causing and they're raising interest rates. That's what's happened, is that they finally had to raise interest rates by like 0.5% and then 0.75%, and nothing's really moving the needle. And finally it's at whatever it is, so that it's no longer advantageous to borrow money at 0%. And everybody who's coming to cash out of their investments around the world, it's going to, like, you know, to make do with what they have here. I'm doing a terrible job of explaining this, but to remediate the losses that they're going to have here, it's going to end up crashing the world economy. And yeah, there's like, what do they call it? Yeah, so suddenly everything in Japan's economy is changing, and there's suddenly inflation, and there wasn't for years. And plus, it's because it's so cheap to come here, and because the yen is so affordable to other currencies. Everybody's coming here and they're pricing out locals. And so the problem is compounding, and it's not going to be a great situation, which is why I'm kind of tightening my belt. Luckily, I have dollars saved, and it's going to end up working in my favor if nothing really happens for the next 15 years, or 10 years, say. Which I don't think it will. Nobody thinks it will, but we'll see. So we're over here in the Marunouchi. I've brought you here many, many times. I think I'm going to have to keep bringing you here. The Imperial Palace is to my left, and the city of Tokyo, the neighborhood of Tokyo, Tokyo Station is over here to my right. And everybody's out on their evening 5K run. One loop around the Imperial Palace is, I think, like exactly 5K. So go around it twice and you get a good 10K run in. And there's only really one way to go around it, and it's counterclockwise. And sometimes you'll see people going clockwise and it's the wrong way. Even though my name, I'm on my something like 40th episode of that, and I really enjoy doing that, and I'm going to do it this week on Wednesday, and I hope you tune in hours from now. And yeah, Vox Pop has stuck. But I don't know what to call this one, the 360 stream. The spin motorcycle style, Tokyo motor style. I don't know what to call it. But yeah, it's just here to like get your broadcasting, reps in, basically. Today was a Monday. It was back at work. I had a very, very productive and industrious weekend. Very, very industrious. I accomplished a lot. And in just 1 week's time, I managed to get my garage sale vibe on, and I turned quite a little profit. Something interesting, some enlightening aspects came out of it. There is a website in Japan, it's around the world, but you might know it. It's called Mercari. Mercari is the way we pronounce it here, Mercari. And Mercari is like, kind of like Facebook Marketplace, maybe. It's sort of like Craigslist. It's like a cross between Craigslist and eBay. And the deal with it is that you have to have, it's all Japanese, although they're making it very bilingual these days. But you have to be able to buy and sell on it, you have to have like a Japanese bank account and a Japanese address, and it's a Japanese insular platform. And for that reason, a lot of proxy buying companies have popped up, I guess. and this is kind of new information to me. A lot of people who are just attuned to the fact that, you know, Japan's got stuff that, you know, the rest of the world wants, whether it be, you know, anime or Pokemon or kimono or, you know, records or car stuff, motorcycle stuff, you know, electronics, whatever. You know, they know that it's for sale on Mercari, and because they can't buy it, they're using these proxy companies to buy it. And I gotta say, the thing, I'm actually shocked to even hear myself say this, but one of the things that Mercari has, like, they've mastered the art of selling online. They've totally made it incredibly dead easy to do. They pre-write your thank yous, they pre-write please wait for the item to be shipped. You know, if you want a discount, they only allow the, you know, buyer to offer, you know, a 10% discount, and it's all like baked into the system, and it's very clever. And I sold for years lots of items on eBay, and it was so complicated, and there was so much paperwork, and there was a lot of back and forth, and I don't know, but for whatever reason, it seemed like a lot of work. It seemed just like a lot of busy work. And now, on this Mercari thing, it's like, take a few photos with your phone, and they even have, like, you know, the AI will, like, isolate the image and make it, you know, make like a transparent background, and it'll clean it up and sharpen it up and brighten it up, and it'll actually use AI to, like, even determine what it is and write the title and description for you. And they just introduced, like, auctions to it as well. So now not only can you just set your price, but you can actually have an auction for it. And the reason I'm mentioning it is because I just moved like nearly 100 items on Mercari over the last 2 weeks, and God, it was so dead easy. And one of the things that I discovered was that, like, well over 50% of the people buying my stuff, which is mostly photography related stuff. I have all this photography stuff. I only use a small fraction of it, and it's time for it to all find new homes. It costs me money to keep it all, because it's like, it's studio, it's all kinds of stuff. And I no longer work in this way, and anyway, it's costing me to keep. But over 50% of the people who are buying the stuff, in fact, it might even be something like 75 or even 80% of the items that people are buying are, I'm just driving around. I don't even know where I'm going. I kind of know where this is, but I'm just going to drive down some random streets. Oh no, I don't want to follow the loud ambulance. That looks like a fun street to drive down, but I'll go a different way. But that implies that these people are, you know, checking out the website. They're seeing the items that I'm selling on the website. They can't purchase them because they don't have a Japanese address or credit card, and the local currency is, you know, strong enough to where it makes perfect sense to, like, pay the shipping fee and pay the proxy buyer's fee, which I'm assuming must be like 10%, if not more. And then, like, I don't have to deal with sending things overseas, and every transaction is just ridiculously easy. Another thing, another learning aspect that I discovered is that I think I've listed a few things on eBay as well. There was just like a few things that I thought would be, I haven't sold on eBay in many years. And I thought, oh, I'll throw a few of these items on eBay just to see what happens. And I've noticed that they are not only not getting bought, but they're not even getting looked at. They're not getting watched, they're not even getting views, which implies that either nobody wants them, which I don't think is true. I think it's that eBay is throttling me for a couple of reasons. One, because I haven't used the platform in a long time and they want to, promote people with high ratings, even though I do have a very high rating. It's just they want, I'm essentially, because I haven't sold in so long, I'm like essentially a rookie. And I need to sort of establish, again, my credit, I'm guessing. That's one reason. Or they've monetized it in such a way that if I want exposure, I have to pay to play. I have to pay eBay for them to show my stuff to other buyers, and I don't think Mercari is doing that. I think they're working hard to get your stuff in front of buyers. They're not throttling you to make them, at least for now, to make you pay, to make the sellers pay more. So I'm finding that a lot of the stuff I'm selling, it's getting hundreds of views. It's getting like heaps of followers, and it's often like selling out in seconds. And I've been really happily surprised. And it's given me a kind of new, Gary V sort of way of thinking. It's given me like oh shit, I just sell my Matchbox cars, or my, baseball hat ice cream cups, or, whatever those things are. And there's heaps of them in my house. And like, I have a pretty insane book collection. I mean, I have a pretty insane record collection, but I mean, I have heaps of records that are, I bought forever ago and paid next to nothing for them, and they just, through this vinyl resurgence thing, they're now worth a small fortune, and I don't want to get rid of them, but like, I'm not so precious about original pressings, or, I mean, sometimes I am and sometimes I'm not, but, if I already own an original, I don't think I'm going to like sell my original for a big profit and then buy a inferior repress and then sort of wish that I had the original. But I don't know, that's, do people do that? I suppose they do. But I have this like pretty, I mean, it's modest, but I have a nice rare book collection, a photography book collection. And I was looking up some of the prices this week. Holy shit, they're like, oh, I'm going backwards. Some of them are like, $500, $600, $700. One of them I saw listed for $1,800. Over to my right is, what's this, Itabashi, and that's the Sobu line. And this is kind of like college town. And Kagurazaka also, it's France town. There's a lot of like the French embassy and the Alliance Française. Oh, that's a good street to go down. We should go down that street. I'll do a U-E. We'll go down that street. Where can I do a U-turn? Maybe it's tough. Maybe I'll try this way. Or maybe I can't even, can I turn there? Maybe I can't. That's a cool little street to go down. It's not like blow your mind, but it's kind of cool. I haven't been down there in a long time. this is like, there's geishas around this neighborhood actually. This is like the one neighborhood in Tokyo where there's geishas. Or maybe one of two. There's probably geishas in another. Wow, this looks good. Okay, let's try. So yeah, I'm thinking about like maybe selling records on Mercari is better than selling them on Discogs, because I just sell them to the proxy buyers, and then like the companies, like I mean, you got to imagine they're like, I mean, if you could understand like how quickly they've been buying from me. And I mean, sometimes I list these things, these items, and within seconds, they're bought by a proxy buyer, which means that there's non-Japanese people who have like keywords set up so that, you know, and the other thing is I'm writing my descriptions and I'm writing them bilingually, which means that maybe that's appealing to non-native Japanese, or what am I trying to say? English speakers, which I don't think anybody's really doing. So this is Kagurazaka. This is a cool little area. We'll go. Oh, we can't go that way. Oh, I should have gone that way too. It's like a mini little Shibuya, a mini little Dogenzaka. They're all like little bistros and little bars. Yeah, this place is cool. And all these little streets, like there's all these like little back alley restaurants. It kind of feels like Kyoto. Oh, it's changed quite a bit actually. Wow, giant game center. I wonder if there's like a record store in here around here. A big old hill. Let me go ahead and go in front of you. Sorry. Oh man, I gotta spend more time in Kagurazaka. This place is properly cool. I don't think I've ever been this far down the road. My friend used to live around here. He used to come here. My old friend Jim. Yeah, like let's just go see what's down this one real quick. Are they doing a festival or something? Chopsticks specialty store. Yeah, like all these little, wow, that looks amazing. Oh man. Very hip. Yeah, these restaurants are like super cool. And there's geishas, like I said, in them. What is that? Yeah, Kagurazaka is cool. Oh, wow. Have I ever seen that? Wow, what's going on here? 12 to 24. Midnight to interesting. I've never seen a sign like that before. Wow, I feel like I'm in another country. Wow, I don't remember ever seeing that shrine before. Dang, this could be like my new hangout. This is gorgeous. I mean, it's clean and it's quiet and it's not just gross, kind of. Sometimes, like, Tokyo's never gross, but it just feels like sometimes it's just crawling with people. Wow. Sleeper. Kagurazaka Ue. This is Upper Kagurazaka. Okay, cool. We found something. I'm looking for a place to... I wonder if you guys can hear me okay. I'm looking for a place to set up shop. I'm about ready to like have a little clubhouse. I want to make a little clubhouse with motorcycles and records and stuff. I'm getting close. Like just a little garage, something like that. Wow, I had no idea the street went this far. There's all kinds of cool stuff around here. You're kidding me. Wow, look at that old place. Oh man, that's gotta be good. Oh, those are everywhere. Cafe Copain. I've been around here. I've been to something around here. What in the hell? This whole little area is awesome. I've never been around here. I've never been this far up Kagurazaka, this street. Wow, that was groovy. Oh, where does this go? Where does this end up? In Shinjuku? Dude, I want to talk to somebody about this neighborhood. I gotta come back here on the weekend and see if there's like a record store. I bet there's a record store somewhere around here. Cafe and bar with Eric Clapton's Unplugged right there. You see that? There's a K West. That's like David Bowie. Hold on, now I'm curious. Book, Coffee, and Gallery. I can't... Voice! Wait, K West? K West wa nan desu ka? K West wa ue ka? 2階? もし、あった。ありがとうございます。Wow, what's this? K West? It's like David Bowie. Wow. Down that way. Is that for today? There's a charge. It's a 600 yen charge. Music bar. That's got to be supremely cool. I think that's another day. I'm going to get sucked into that place if I go down there. Wow. This is just super groovy. What is this? Yakitori? Wow, this is like a whole universe. Oh, I bet there's some embassies back around here. Eh? Why is it telling me to go that way? Oh, 7 to 8 o'clock. I think I can... Oh, it's 8 o'clock right now, this very second. Okay, back on the main road. K West, that was pretty cool. K West, I think they were furriers. They sold fur coats on the cover of Ziggy Stardust. And the guy who ran the place was not happy that his shop became a legendary place. Apparently, like, David Bowie was sick that day and he didn't really want to go shoot. Okay, now I know where we are, kind of. Wow, interesting. Whoa, that place looks good. Yeah, it was sort of like a, Abbey Road kind of shoot. It was like, let's just go outside the studio and go shoot it right now. I'm too sick to go. And it was cold, and they just went outside and they shot that photo. It's in front of K West Furriers. Furrier sounds like a funny word. Should we go this way? Let's go this way. And man, I love it. Oh, this is by Waseda, I think. Waseda is a posh university. I think this is Waseda? Waseda has this big island in the middle. Anyway, Bowie was out there and yeah, they were like Ukrainian immigrants in London or something like this. And they got immortalized on the cover of Ziggy Stardust. But the idea that, it was Ziggy Stardust and that the creatures from what are they? The spiders from Mars, and they were they were on a quest somewhere, some giant adventure into outer space, something like this. And so they thought there were all these like hidden messages in the sign. And apparently the sign, there were a bunch of people chasing the sign for a number of years, and it was because people would come from all, for decades, they would come and take their photo in front of the place long after the family business closed down. I've never been on this street. Pretty sure I've never been on this street. I don't even know which direction I'm headed. Recycle shop. Maki Elementary School. Tsurumaki. We're right in the middle. It's like in the heart of it right now. I heard the craziest statistics. I'm not going to be able to in terms of square meters, area, and it was okay. This is Waseda. I know where we are right now. This is a crazy building right here. I'm going to bring you back here in the daytime and shoot this crazy building. But something like Tulsa, my hometown, it's like 20,000 square, it can't be right, 20,000 square kilometers, square miles, square meters. It sounds entirely too big. But Tokyo is like 1/10 the size of Tulsa in terms of area. This crazy building. Can you see it up to my... It was this really crazy... I'm going to have to bring you back there. This guy's got a handful of buildings, but it's kind of built on the same idea as Gaudi. It's very Spanish, and very Dadaist. And this is Waseda University. Oh, what am I doing? So this is literally a college campus right now. I wonder if we can drive around the campus. I've never actually been on the campus before. Wow, cool. Wow. I've never been here. Where can you go? Whoa, that's a crazy... Whoa, what's going on there? This might be a dead end. Well, this is a cool street. Fun. Where should we go? Let's go this way. All right, time to go home. Wow. Watch this, it's huge. Kagurazaka Takadano Baba Station. Right. Okay, Shinjuku's that way, I think. Is that the right way? Kind of turned around. Oh man, groovy ride. This is a nice ride. I've never been around these parts too much. Nice skyline. Takadano Baba. This city's crazy. Okay, let's go to Shin. Let's go this way. Okay, I think I know where we are now. Cool. That's a pocket of Tokyo I don't know well at all. Glad I could show that off, at least night cruising version of it. All right, maybe what I'll do is I'll change the camera and I'll put it on the front of the bike here, and you can tell me which you like better. If you like it on the front or if you like it on the selfie stick that's poking out of my backpack. Oh. I think we can drive. Oh shit. Maybe we should go get a samosa. Maybe I have to go get a samosa. I'm so close. Maybe I have to get one. If I can turn on the right road, I'm going to get one. But if I turn on the wrong road, I'm going to give up. Yeah, it's maybe this one. I'm not sure. Maybe it's this one. Oh my God, it is this one. Oh shit, my battery's about to die. Yeah, this is it. We're gonna get a samosa. I've got a new favorite place that I like to go. This will be my third or fourth time to go there. And now I remember exactly where it is. This is Koreatown, but it's also like India town and Pakistan town and Bangladesh town and Chinatown, and it's everything all mixed up together. But mainly it's Koreatown. And it's really cool. I love it here. Man, maybe the new like, you know, Jinbocho had a moment in the last, Jinbocho got ranked as like the coolest neighborhood in Tokyo not all that long ago, but man, this is where it's at. And Sakino, just before Kagurazaka, that's the hit. People need to go be exploring Kagurazaka. But Kagurazaka people will hate it. They're, like I said, it's sort of like Kyoto. They're very proud of their little neighborhood. This is Kagurazaka. It's got that Kyoto vibe. Oh man, I love this town. Oh, let me squeeze through here. Sumimasen. Man, what should I get? I'm gonna get a samosa. What else should I get? Last time I got something bimba, pimba or something. It was really good, but it was too much food. It was super spicy. It was awesome, but it was a little bit too much. It's this way. Yeah, this is like Little India. I gotta try this place too. But here's my little place. Yeah. Okay. It's going off. Okay, I have 10% left on my battery. It's so crowded at the moment. Oh, I heard that I should get the something. I want to get samosas. Bel Puri, that's what I had before. I don't see. Okay. Hey guys. Okay, I'm going. You're gonna come off. And you're gonna charge me up next, my phone. Okay, then you're gonna go here. Like this, yeah. And then you're gonna go down for a second.